Les poils étaient pignons, les vitons j'étais, et les jantons les opas, les chisons l'étaient, on voit je les temps, les disponeront, mon dans les opas, les gens les opas, les gens les douilles, douilles.
Bonjour, je m'appelle from the deck to the white tea. In that video that you're doing, no preparation on the set appel alfajor. So today we are going to prepare an Argentinian dessert called alfajores or alfajor in singular. You can think of it as a cookie or a combination of two cookies with a filling, and that filling is made of dulce de leche usually, which is basically just condensed milk that you have to cook in the water. But we're going to talk about procedures and step-by-step things later. Now we are going to go for the ingredients. Credit where it's due. The original video is from the Spanish-speaking channel Lolita La Pastera, if you want to check that out. The ingredients are the same, I just changed up the ratios a little bit. So the ingredients are 200 grams of butter, 300 grams of cornstarch, 3 egg yolks, 200 grams of flour, 150 grams of sugar, 1 little spoon of vanilla, 1 spoonful of rum, 2 little spoons of baking powder, 1 little spoon of lemon zest, and half a little spoon of baking soda. As for the dulce de leche, you need 1 can of sweetened condensed milk. What you're going to do is you are going to put it inside hot boiling water. It has to be fully covered, the whole can, not open. And you're going to leave it 2.5 hours boiling basically. So that will cook the condensed milk and that will give you dulce de leche with a thick consistency. That's what we are looking for. While our dulce de leche is preparing for those 2.5 hours, we're going to start with our alfajores. Mix the butter at room temperature with the sugar, just those two on a bowl with a mixer. When it has a creamy consistency, add the egg yolks one by one. You should keep mixing during this process. Just quick note, room temperature means around 20 degrees Celsius approximately, so it's soft. And what you're going to do in this step is you have your cream, you add 1 egg yolk, you mix until it integrates fully, then you add the second egg yolk, and so on and so on. You keep mixing during all this process. When it is fully integrated, add the vanilla, the lemon filling, and the rum while still mixing. Remember, all of this is mixing, okay? Also, you are going to add the cornstarch and the flour, and both our baking powder and baking soda. Those last 4 you are going to add it in parts. So you put a little bit of cornstarch, a little bit of flour, a little bit of baking powder, a little bit baking soda, and mix. You let it integrate and then add another of the cornstarch, flour, etc., etc., until you finish integrating all of those ingredients. When it finishes integrating, lay the resulting dough in a sheet of wax paper. Knead it to a thickness of 1.5 centimeters and put it on the fridge for 30 minutes. I should warn you, this is a fragile and kinda soft mix, so you should be careful and don't add extra flour because you're going to feel it a little bit liquid, but it's fine, that's the consistency we want. So remember, just knead it to a thickness of 1.5 centimeters on your sheet of wax paper and put it on the fridge 30 minutes. After those 30 minutes are done, take it out of the fridge and cut circles. You can use a cookie cutter for that basically, and you should bake those in a preheated oven at 160 degrees Celsius for 10 to 15 minutes. After baking them and the dulce de leche finishes cooking, you are going to add a layer of dulce de leche on top of one of those circles, and you're going to put another one of those circles on top of that. And so that's basically it. You have yourself your alfajor. You can put coconut filling on the edges of that alfajor. I did not, because I did not have coconut filling, but you can do that. And that's basically it. It is a simple recipe. It's pretty quickly. It can get a little bit messy, and I recommend you to get a mixer with the bread hook. The bread hook, it helps you mix those doughs, and it doesn't stick as much as the regular blades that the mixer has. We're going to leave this episode of Madolche Kitchen Nightmares on this, and we see on the next one. Adios.